Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on December 29th, 2020 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Angulangayategaram Yatchitatamanvande Eyodiratarinam Amanandamaram Sri Chaitanya Islam Hariham Tat Sat.
Hare Krishna. Today we will continue with the compilation of the Sri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled The Purport of the Scriptures is properly expounded by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak. A voice from behind the scenes. Ah, wonderful! His beautiful eyes are like two blossoming white lotus flowers where two large black bees have landed, and his bimba fruit lips are like the crescent moon on the fourth day of its waxing. The Lord, whose limbs are beautiful, merciful, and attractive, is brilliantly appeared as the Dharu Brahman, wooden Brahman, destroying the splendor of the host of sapphire gems bright. His splendor is more glorious than the many sapphires put together.
So, let's speak about the glories of Lord Jagannath.
So, this is speaking about the glories of Lord Jagannath. Gopinath Acharya says, Ah, it seems that Nityananda and others have taken darshan of of Jagannatha's beautiful face, since they are describing among themselves. Again, the voice from behind the scenes. By looking at each other, the two lords of the universe, in the form of Daru Brahman and Nara Brahma, they have mutually become attached to each other and thus have become brilliantly motionless with unblinking eyes. As the Nara Brahman, human form of the Lord Chaitanya, merged into the Daru Brahman, the wooden form of the Lord Jagannath, or as the wooden form of the Lord merged into the human form of the Lord.
Well, Lord Chaitanya is the human-like moving form of the Lord of the universe.
So Lord Chaitanya is the human-like moving form of the Lord of the universe.
And Lord Jagannath is the wooden Lord of the universe.
And Lord Jagannath, who is the wooden Lord of the universe.
And they're looking at each other.
So they're looking at each other.
And naturally they are exchanging love.
So naturally they're exchanging love.
So this transcendental exchange is being appreciated by the devotees.
So this transcendental exchange is being appreciated by the devotees. Gopinath Acharya says, Dear, all good fortune to you. You have spoken well. The one Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared in two forms as the Aswadhaka, the relisher, and Aswadhya, the object of being relished. Again, the voice from behind the scenes says, They are both full of mercy and desiring to deliver the entire world. Both of them have appeared before the pathway of the eyes of the whole world. There is only one difference among these two. Inside of one, Lord Chaitanya is the son of Nanda Maharaj, and inside of the other, Lord Jagannath, is the Dharu Brahma.
And since Lord Chaitanya is the combined form of Krishna and Radharani,
Since Lord Chaitanya is the combined form of Krishna and Radharani,
so Radharani is relishing and Lord Brahma is relished.
so as Radharani is relishing and Daru Brahma is relished.
But as Krishna is the moving form,
But,
and Lord Jagannath is the wooden form.
but as Krishna is the moving form, but Lord Jagannath is the wooden form. Gopinath Acharya says, "Well spoken, Nityananda Deva, well spoken. You know the truth of Lord Gaurachandra. I think all of them are returning after taking darshan of Lord Jagannath. Therefore, let us also take darshan of Lord Jagannath and quickly follow them." They both exit. Stunned with joy by the sight of lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath, Lord Chaitanya enters. Chandaneshwara, Lord Nityananda, and the others also enter. Chandaneshwara says, "Oh, gentlemen, have you seen Lord Jagannath? You are full of satisfaction?" Nityananda and the others they reply, "It is fulfilled as per our desire." Chandaneshwara says to himself, "Ah, why Gopinath Acharya is late? What should I do now? My father did not tell me anything. I think he told everything to Gopinath. Why has he not come?" He looks in all directions.
And this Chaitanya Chandradvaita is written as a drama.
So this Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak is written as a drama.
And it can be acted out with the people playing various parts.
So it can be acted out with people playing various parts.
And Chandaneshwar is the son of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
So Chandaneshwar is the son of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
He has taken Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and the other devotees for darshan of Lord Jagannath.
And he had taken Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda and other devotees for the darshan of Lord Jagannath.
We're waiting for Gopinath Acharya to know what he should do next.
So he is waiting for Gopinath Acharya and he doesn't know what to do next. Gopinath Acharya enters enacting walking quickly with Mukunda. Gopinath Acharya says, "Mukunda, come." There they go. Both of these have happened. We have seen Nilachala Chandra, Lord Jagannath, the moon of Nilachala. Now Hemachala Gaura, Lord Gauranga, who is as far as a golden mountain, will be seen. Quickly approaching, he says, "Chandaneshwara, now you may go home, and henceforward I will take charge of everything." Chandaneshwara says, "As you have spoken." He bows down before Lord Chaitanya and then exits. Gopinath approaches and bows down to Lord Chaitanya. Damodara says, "Lord, this is Gopinath Acharya offering obeisances to you." Lord Chaitanya, enacting his external consciousness, says, "Come, come." He embraces him, Gopinath Acharya. Gopinath Acharya says, "Lord, you are invited along with the associates by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya to his home. Please come this way." Bringing to the house previously indicated, serve the Lord and in all respects his feet, brushing the teeth and so on. When the Lord was seated happily after taking the meal, he approaches the Lord and unhappily says, Gopinath Acharya unhappily says, Damodar unhappily says, "O Lord, the Bhattacharya has another invitation to present before you."
What can that be?
What can that be? Lord Chaitanya. Haribol. Jai Guru Maharaj. So Lord Chaitanya is asking, what is it? Gopinath Acharya says, he wants that you accept the sannyasi's garment from his sampradaya, and then he wants to explain Vedanta Sutra to you. Lord Chaitanya says, I am being favored by him. So be it, I'll do it. Mukunda Datta says, O Lord, Bhattacharya's words are like sparks that have set Gopinath Acharya's heart on fire since that time. He did not even take Mahaprasada today. Lord Chaitanya says, Acharya, I am a child. It is out of affection for me that the Bhattacharya speaks these words. Why are you unhappy? Gopinath Acharya says, Lord, if you remove this arrow from my heart, then I will be able to remain alive, he cries. Lord Chaitanya says, Lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath will fulfill your desire. Damodar, you invite him. Damodar says, as you order. He takes Gopinath and exits. Lord Chaitanya says, Jagadananda, an arrangement should be made that we see lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath's pastime when he awakens at Mangalarati after the night is over. Damodar enters with Gopinath Acharya. Damodar says, O Lord, by your order, he has taken Mahaprasada. Now he wishes to take rest here. Lord Chaitanya says, very good, very good. Thus, everyone spends the moment by speaking about dear Krishna. The sound of a second conch shell held in hand comes from behind the scenes. Everyone says, they are being surprised and they are saying, okay, the night is over because it is the tinkling of the ornaments decorating all the limbs of the Puradevis who have arisen from sleep and are moving their limbs. Oh, is this the loud roaring of the temple elephants? Or is this the sound of invitation to all living entities of the world announcing the arrival of all merciful Jagannath's Kripa Devi? The sweet sound of the conch shell in the hand of Lakshmi has arrived.
Jagannath Puri is also known as Sri Kshetra.
So Jagannath Puri is also known as Sri Kshetra.
It is the land of Lakshmi Devi.
It is the land of Lakshmi Devi
Or Sri.
or Shri.
And it's a very sacred place.
And it's a very sacred place. Lord Chaitanya says, then it is true that the night is over. Acharya, come, let us go together. See the activity of the lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath rising from bed. Gopinath Acharya says, as you order. To perform the duties appropriate to that time, he exits. A man hastily enters. Man says, oh, who is here? Who is here? Where is Gopinath Acharya? Do you know his whereabouts? He glances at the sky. What do you say? Gopinath Acharya is near Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva. So be it. We'll go there. He takes a few steps and then looks ahead. Ah, here is the Acharya, and he approaches the Acharya. Gopinath Acharya says, it is almost time for Lord Jagannath to rise from bed. I must hurry to the Lord. A man approaches the Acharya and says, Acharya, the Bhattacharya sends this instruction. You should accompany Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva and endeavor that he sees Lord Jagannath rise from bed. Gopinath Acharya says, I will follow his order. He approaches Sri Krishna Chaitanya Deva to quickly take him to the temple.
Lord Chaitanya is watching to attend the Mangalarti.
So Lord Chaitanya is rushing to attend the Mangalarati.
He was very eager
He was very eager
to attend the Mangalarati
to attend the Mangalarati
and see the Lord rising
and see the Lord rising
from bed.
from bed. The Lord enters with his associates. Deva says, Mukunda, why the Acharya is late? Gopinath Acharya says, I'm here. I'm simply waiting for the Lord. Lord Chaitanya says, then you go first in front. Gopinath Acharya, he does that and he says, Lord, this way. He enacts entering to the temple and reaches Jagamohana, the place between the original temple and the Kirtan hall. Lord, look now that the night is over, the panels of the temple, which are tightly closed during the night, are now wide open, and these passages bring an excellent sweet fragrance from the Garbhagriha, thus generating happiness to the mind. It is as if the temple of the Lord has opened its mouth lazily, sleepy yawn, when the sleep was broken, thus emanating this sweet fragrance.
So, this pastime of Lord Jagannath is giving sweet fragrance
So this pastime of Lord Jagannath is giving a sweet fragrance.
all the devotees are experiencing this transcendental bliss.
And all the devotees are experiencing this transcendental bliss. Furthermore, Lord, it is wonderful, wonderful. The inner chamber of Gambhira was deeply covered by dense darkness due to the absence of light. Lord Jagannath, the master of Goddess of Fortune, rises from his bed in such an inner chamber. His rolling eyes are gloriously beautiful, like two white lotus flowers firmly attacked by the bumblebees that are moved much by the breeze from the waters of the Yamuna.
This is a very poetic description of Lord Jagannath's beautiful transcendental form.
So, this is a very poetic explanation of Lord Jagannath's description of Lord Jagannath's beautiful transcendental form. The Lord stands behind the Garuda Stamba and gazes with feeling of longing. Mukunda says, Acharya, look! The suddenly lit the lamps in the Garbhagriha temple illuminate the entire direction. Lord Chaitanya, being humbled himself, stands motionless as if he were a painted picture with tears streaming down from his eyes.
The Lord Chaitanya is Prema Avatar.
So Lord Chaitanya is Prema Avatar.
As he's having darshan of Lord Jagannath behind the Garuda Stamba,
So he is having the darshan of Lord Jagannath from behind the Garuda Stamba.
tears of love are lying down his eyes.
And tears of
From his eyes.
So tears of love are flowing down from his eyes
And streams.
and in streams. Gopinath Acharya says, Look, Lord Jagannath's face is washed after being anointed with oil. He is dressed and decorated with ornaments. Then Bala Bhoga was offered, followed by Hari Vallabha Bhoga. Now all his limbs are bathed. Now he is offered with Balya Bhoga and Hari Vallabha Bhoga.
Lord Jagannath has various bhogas offered all day long.
So, Lord Jagannath has various bhogas offered throughout the day.
And in the morning, he takes
In the morning, he takes
Malpua,
malpua,
and other sweet preparations.
and other sweet preparations. Look, now he is worshipped with an offering of incense, shedding tears and hairs of his body, standing up in ecstasy. Lord Chaitanya gazes at the deity. Gopinath Acharya says, "Oh dear Jagadananda and others, look, look! Someone is carrying in his both palms incense and prasada from the early morning offering, and someone else is carrying in his hand Lord Jagannath's garland. They are coming together here. Will they give these things to Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Who has sent them? Or else is it that they are sent by Jagannath himself?" The two of the Parshads enter and approach Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya walks up to them and lowers his head. One priest offers him the garland. Lord Chaitanya spreads out his outer garment, and other priest place the prasada in it. Lord Chaitanya bows down before Lord Jagannath and holding the prasada in the garment exits quickly as a lion.
So he got mercy from Lord Jagannath,
So he got the mercy from Lord Jagannath,
calling of Lord Jagannath,
the garland of Lord Jagannath,
and the prasadam,
and the prasadam,
sannyasi's cloth, known as the Uttarya,
a sannyasi's cloth is known as the Uttariya,
can also be used for begging.
can also be used for begging.
The cloth around the neck can be held out as a
The cloth around the neck can be held out as a begging,
type of receptacle for any gift.
a type of a receptacle for any gift.
I received the Jagannath Prasad and I quickly accepted it.
So he sees the Jagannath Prasad and quickly he extends it. Everyone says, "Ah, what is this? Why did the Lord suddenly exit? Therefore, come, let us see where he is going." They leave the temple, walk a few steps, and then look ahead. Ah, the Lord has left the path that leads to his home. Gopinath Acharya, while looking, says, "O Damodar and other devotees, the Lord is going towards Sarvabhauma's house. Now, the tree of the Bhattacharya's pious deeds has borne fruit. Damodar and Jagadananda, you go with the Lord Mukunda, and I will wait nearby." Both says, "As it pleases you," and they exit. Gopinath Acharya says, "Mukunda, come here. Let us stay in Sarvabhauma's second room." They do that and then look ahead. Ah, two of Sarvabhauma's servants are walking here wonderstruck. Let us stay hidden. They stay near the door. The two servants enters. The first servant says, "This sannyasi knows magic spells because he had made Bhattacharya as if possessed by a ghost, hunted by a ghost." The second servant replies to him, "What?
Why did he do that?
What way did he do that?" The first servant says, "I don't know. Even before Bhattacharya rose from bed, the sannyasi suddenly entered the doorway of his bedroom. Then one Brahmana boy said, 'Bhattacharya, Bhattacharya, wake up, wake up, the sannyasi has come.' The Bhattacharya, making surprised noise, got up and fell down at the sannyasi's feet. Then the sannyasi put Lord Jagannath's prasada food on his hand and said, 'Eat.' We have never seen the Bhattacharya eat prasada in this way before, without washing his mouth and without taking bath. Like a madman, without any deliberation, he devoured that prasad at once. After he ate the prasada, he became like a madman. His
Wow!
Evil. The hairs of his body stood up. Tears flowed from his eyes, drenching his whole body. His voice became choked up, as if overwhelmed by some sickness. He began to roll about on the ground. I do not know what will happen now. Gopinath Acharya, while listening, he says to Mukunda, Mukunda, did you hear that? Mukunda says, the Lord did this because you were unhappy about Bhattacharya's condition. The two servants says, come, we will look for Gopinath Acharya. And they exit. Gopinath Acharya says, dear goodness, good, because they did not see me. Let us wait here for Damodara and Jagadananda. They do that. Enters Damodara filled with wonder. Damodara says, without a rope, the Lord tied the wild jungle elephant. Without showering water, he extinguished the forest fire in the heart of his associates. Similarly, without any endeavor on his own accord, he made the king of Pandita, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's heart, which was harder than a thunder, sweet as nectar. Just like elephant is tied without ropes, the heart of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that was harder than thunderbolt, was easily made soft without any effort.
By doing austerities and studies, the problem is that your heart may become very hard.
By doing austerities and studies, the problem is that your heart becomes hard.
Lord Chaitanya and Bhakti makes the heart soft like butter.
But bhakti makes the heart soft like butter.
Some people have heart like gold.
Some people have heart like gold,
Hard and cold.
but it is hard and cold.
Hard
Hard.
and cold.
Hard and cold.
By having bhakti, the heart becomes very soft
But with
like butter.
so with bhakti, the heart becomes soft like a butter.
And somehow Lord Chaitanya made the Pandit Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's heart melt.
Somehow Lord Chaitanya made the Pandit Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's heart melt,
Becomes soft.
becomes soft. Gopinath Acharya approaches and says, Damodar, what is that? Damodar says, it is a secret. I will tell you, but I have come here for your sake. Let us leave by another door, return home and approach the Lord. The three of them walk a few steps. Without a rope, the Lord tied the wild jungle elephant. Without showering water, he extinguished the forest fire in the heart of his associate. Similarly, without any endeavor on his accord, he made the king of Panditas, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's heart, which was harder than thunder, sweet as nectar. Just like elephant is tied without ropes, the heart of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, that was harder than a thunderbolt, was easily made soft without any effort. Gopinath Acharya says, we already heard all this from the mouths of two servants as they talked. Damodar says, because of your mercy, Sarvabhauma attained this good fortune. So come quickly, let us go near the Lord. Now Bhattacharya has also finished his daily religious duties and has almost gone there. Now is not the time to talk.
So, get the Lord's mercy. I need the mercy of His devotee.
So to get the Lord's mercy, we need to get the mercy of His devotees.
So, because Gopinathacharya was hoping for the mercy of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Because Gopinath Acharya was hoping for the mercy of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya,
So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got the mercy from Lord Chaitanya.
so Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya got the mercy from Lord Chaitanya.
And by the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada,
So by the mercy of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada,
we can get the mercy of Lord Jagannath, Lord Chaitanya.
we can get the mercy of Lord Jagannath or Lord Chaitanya. Hari Bol! Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord enters and sits down. Nityananda and Jagadananda also enter. Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jagadananda, where is Gopinath Acharya? Jagadananda says, the Acharya is hurrying here. Damodar and Mukunda are with him. Gopinath Acharya approaches. Glory, glory to the supremely merciful. Jagadananda says, Ah, what unprecedented thing did you say? Gopinath Acharya says, only you know that. He approaches the Lord and bows down. A voice from behind the scenes. Lord, this is not the path to Lord Jagannath's temple. Lord Chaitanya, intently listening, and replies, Acharya, do you know what it is? Gopinath Acharya, looking behind the scenes, and says, I know. It is he. It is the Bhattacharya. Without taking darshan of Jagannath, is coming in order to be near the Lord's feet. Damodar says, I knew it before. Everyone stays looking at the face of Lord Chaitanya. His heart filled with wonder and happiness, Sarvabhauma enters. Sarvabhauma says to himself, Ah, Gopinath Acharya spoke the truth, that if even my heart becomes like this, then I will understand that Sri Chaitanya is the Supreme Personality of God.
Haribol!
Haribol! Haribol! Gauranga ki jai. He eagerly walks. Ah, this is the home of my maternal aunt. I will enter. And Sarvabhauma annexes entering. Gopinath Acharya rises and approaches him. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya looking ahead. Acharya, what is the Swami doing? Acharya, Gopinath Acharya says, this way, you come this way. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya approaching and falling flat like a rod, offering dandavats before the Lord, stays with folded hands. Haribol. Being under the influence of being attached to performing various pastimes, the Lord performs common pastimes. Even after seeing them, I could not understand in truth knowledge of the principles of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ah, it is wonderful. As long as the Sparshamani, the Sparshamani jewel, touchstone, does not turn iron into gold, just by seeing the Sparshamani, man cannot understand that it is a Sparshamani.
A touchstone may appear like any other stone.
A touchstone may appear like any other stone,
But if you touch it to iron,
but if you touch it to iron,
it turns iron to gold.
it turns the iron into gold.
Wow, then you know, oh, it's a touchstone.
Wow, then you know it is a touchstone.
So valuable.
It is so valuable.
Like that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya couldn't understand the glory of Lord Chaitanya.
So like that, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could understand the glory, could not understand the glory of Lord Chaitanya.
But later, when he got the mercy of the Lord,
Later, when he got the mercy of the Lord,
and he would appreciate.
Then he could appreciate. O Lord Padmanabha, who stays in the heart of the devotees, O husband of goddess of fortune, you now walk the earth, or walk on the earth disguised in the form of a sannyasi. Wow, is a person like myself, who am ignorant like a dumb animal, able to perceive your mighty power that you have manifested, the all-powerful Supreme Lord. Alas, destiny is unfavorable to us.
By Lord Chaitanya's mercy, one can have pure love of Krishna,
By Lord Chaitanya's mercy, one can have pure love of Krishna,
which is more rare and powerful than touchstone.
which is more rare and powerful than the touchstone.
But when Lord Chaitanya showered his mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya,
So when Lord Chaitanya showered his mercy on Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya,
and he felt that love of Krishna,
he felt that love of Krishna.
his hair stood on end,
His hairs were on end.
his eyes were filled with tears,
His eyes were filled with tears,
and he started rolling on the ground.
and he started rolling on the ground.
And he could realize
Then he could realize
the unlimited potency of Lord Chaitanya.
the unlimited potency of Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya covers his ears and says, Bhattacharya, I am an object of affection as a parent towards the child for you. Therefore, why are you saying like this?
And Lord Chaitanya was in his external consciousness
So Lord Chaitanya was in his external consciousness,
playing the part as a devotee.
playing the part as a devotee.
So he would not allow anyone to address him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So he would not allow anyone to address him as the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
He was speaking like that to Bhattacharya,
So he was speaking like that to Bhattacharya.
taking the humble role.
He was taking the humble role within himself. Aha, I will test what is his disposition of mind now. Openly he says, Sir, please ascertain as what is the purport of the scriptures. Folding his hands, the Bhattacharya says, Bhagavan, the scriptures expound various opinions, each according to one's desire. Because if that is not the case, how can each demonstrate their scholarship to refute the theories of others? Among these scriptures, there is a supreme purpose that is indescribable or understood only with difficulty. It is the unmotivated bhakti for Murari, and it is obtained only by the mercy of the Lord. It is not initiated by any Shastra. Furthermore, although the Vedas, Puranas, Mahabharata, Tantras and Mantras all describe the Supreme Brahman, still everyone is bewildered about Brahman's real nature. The reason being, the Brahman, due to being the great, or by the primary meaning, due to being coming from the word Bhri, so, to increase, Bhri plus San Pratyaya equals to Brahman, is personal in nature, having qualities. On the other hand, those who propose that Brahman is impersonal or without qualities are not able to establish this theory. For instance, in the Hayashirsha Pancharatra, it is explained that although in each and every Upanishad the Supreme Brahman is first viewed as impersonal, at the end, personal form of the Supreme Lord is accepted. If these Shrutis are examined, it is seen that they abundantly establish very strongly that Brahman is personal without attributes, with attributes.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya,
So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya,
understood the actual purport of the Upanishads,
has understood the actual purport of the Upanishads,
that the Supreme Brahman is personal,
that the Supreme Brahman is personal,
and he has transcendental attributes and potencies.
and he has transcendental attributes and potencies. It is stated the Supreme Personality of Godhead is bliss. From his bliss, all living entities are born. Because of his bliss, they remain alive. Departing this world, they attain him, the supreme bliss. Taittiriya Upanishad 3.6. Thus, by the usage of this karaka, relation of a noun to verb, viz. Apadana or ablative, by the word anandat, from ananda, karana or instrumental, by the word anandena, by ananda, karma or an object agent, by the word anandam into ananda, and by the word anande in ananda, abhisamvishanti enters, locative, adhikarana, the qualities of performer is explained.
This is the detail of the Sanskrit grammar.
So this is the detail of the Sanskrit grammar.
And if one understands it properly,
If one understands it properly,
then he can understand that the verse is actually talking about the personal form.
so he can understand actually the word is talking about the
Personal form.
personal form. Teachings of Lord Chaitanya, chapter 24, talks with Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Thus, a performer, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For these are symptoms of personality. As ablative performer of this cosmic manifestation, all thinking, feeling, willing come from him. Without thinking, feeling, and willing, there is no possibility of arrangement and design in the cosmic manifestation. Then again, he is causative, for he is the original designer of the cosmos. And he is locative, that is, everything is resting in his energy. These attributes are all clearly attributes of personality. Furthermore, in the Shrutis, yato va imani bhutani jayante, from the Supreme Brahman, all living entities were born. Sa aikshata, the Supreme Brahman cast his glance. And so kamayata, the Supreme Brahman desired. It is established by glancing is seeing, desiring is decision, and so on, that the Supreme Brahman possesses quality. Thus, it is not that the impersonal Brahman without qualities is established.
Like in the Quran, it describes Allah as merciful, is kind,
In the
is
Quran,
just.
like in the Quran, it is described that Allah is merciful, is kind, and
Just.
just.
So, don't think of a light bulb
So
be kind or
you don't think of a light bulb to be kind, and
all the scriptures of the world describe that the supreme absolute truth is personal.
so all the scriptures in the world describe the supreme absolute truth is personal.
But somehow they don't see that.
But somehow people don't see that.
By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya,
By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya,
Sarvabhauma has realized that.
Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has realized that. When it is established that Brahman is with qualities, it is to be further established that Brahman with qualities has form, and that form is not material. But as the Shruti Shastra states, the Supreme Brahman has a spiritual form, just as the Jyotishaha here means not material or or spiritual or transcendental. The form of the Supreme Brahman is not material but spiritual or transcendental. Just by stating that Brahman has no qualities, there is attachment to Shunyavada. By the primary meaning of the word Brahman, Bhagavan is ascertained. Vada,
Sunyavad means voidism.
Sunyavad means voidism.
Sunya is nothing.
Sunya means nothing.
Sunyavad is nothingness or voidist.
Sunyavad means nothingness or voidist.
But the actual Bhagavan is personal.
But the actual Bhagavan is a person.
And the Supreme Brahman, not less than us, is more.
What is that?
The Supreme Brahman
Is more.
not less than us.
It's not less than us.
We are persons.
We are persons.
Because we are persons because he is a person.
Because we are persons because he is a person.
If he was impersonal, there's no reason why we would have personality.
If he is impersonal, then there is no reason why we are personalities.
So we have personality because we are persons because he is a person.
We have personality because we are person because he is person.
But he is a transcendental person.
But he is transcendental person.
He doesn't have the material qualities.
He doesn't have any material qualities.
That's why he's called a nirguna, having no quality.
Therefore, he is called as Nirguna, having no qualities.
That means no material quality.
But that means no material qualities.
He has spiritual quality.
He has spiritual qualities. Oh, in that manner, in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.11, it is stated that learned transcendentalists who know the absolute truth call this non-dual substance Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. It is merely an imprecation of those who are eager, like being haunted by ghosts, to protect their own opinion and being possessed despite the obvious absence of primary meaning to support their opinion, and despite unable to establish it by secondary meaning, state that the absolute truth is without qualities.
In the scriptures, there's no direct or secondary meaning, and the Lord is without any quality.
So in the scripture, there is no
primary or
secondary meaning that the Lord is without qualities.
But to establish their point,
they use
word jugglery and interpretation.
They use word jugglery and interpretation.
Thus actually don't understand what the scriptures say.
Then that we actually don't understand. They actually don't understand what the scriptures say. In reality, Hayashirsha Pancharatra states Ananda, bliss, is said to be of two types: Murtananda, bliss with form, and Amurtananda, formless bliss. The opinion of saintly person regarding these two is as follows: Murtananda, bliss with form, is the shelter and resting place of the formless bliss, and Murtananda, bliss with form, is Achyuta, infallible personality of Godhead Lord Krishna. Amurtananda, formless bliss, is Paramatma, form of knowledge, Nirguna, beyond the modes of material nature, unchanging in its nature and known as Brahman. In the true consideration, there is no difference between the two, viz. Murtananda, Amurtananda, bliss with form and formless bliss. The difference is only fabricated in the Vedas, just like the difference between the jewel and its splendor. Similarly, in the Kapila Pancharatra, there is a statement of Lord Kapila to Agastya. No, the two Brahman, personal and impersonal. The Supreme Lord Narayan, whose nature is personal and impersonal, is to be meditated upon. Thus, only the opinion of the Pancharatra is non-envious. But describing that only Amurta Ananda is the Brahman, the Kevala Nirvishesha Brahmavadis only manifest their hearts are very hard, but they are not able to establish that Brahman is without qualities. But by accepting the opinion of the Pancharatra, Anandam Brahmano Rupam, the form of the Supreme Brahman is full of bliss, and Ekam Evaditiyam Brahma, Brahman is one without a second, are established by the word Rupa, form with shape, and one without a second is established by the statement of Shruti. Just like jewel and its power, and thus Bhagavan is Brahman is the opinion of all Shastras. Some philosophers say that the Supreme Brahman is formless bliss, and it is because of material contamination that one thinks of him as a blissful person who enjoys transcendental pastimes. But the Pancharatra system, due to worshipping Bhagavan by practice or conduct of the learned or virtuous, that is not being out of harmony with each other, do not support this view, but rather glorify the worship of the personal form of the Supreme. That which is practiced by the Pancharatra system is to be inferred as the meaning of the Vedas. Furthermore, there are thousands of branches of the tree of the Vedas. Not all of them are completely seen by the words of the Purana, and by the practice or conduct of the learned and virtuous, that it is not being out of harmony with each other, the branches of the tree of the Vedas are to be inferred. There are statements of the Puranas in this regard. For instance, how fortunate are Nanda Maharaja, the cowherdman, and all the inhabitants of Vrajabhumi. There is no limit to their fortune, because the Absolute Truth, the source of transcendental bliss, the eternal Supreme Brahman, has become their friend, and so on. Because having form, Supreme Brahman is Purnam or full, but having no form, impersonal Brahman is Apurnam or not full or incomplete.
This is my point, that the Supreme Absolute Truth must have both form and non-form.
So this was the point, that the Supreme Absolute Truth must have form and not form.
To be complete, it also has to have form.
To be complete, it also need to have form.
And the Supreme Person of Godhead has that.
And the Supreme Personality of Godhead, He has that.
He has transcendental form.
He has the transcendental form.
And His effulgence is the formless.
And His effulgence is the formless. The Sattvatas, devotees, are cultured, and their opinion is the demigods are devotees of the Lord Vasudeva Shankarshana. Shankarshana, the creator of the Jivas, is manifested from the Supreme Lord Vasudeva, and so on. The word Jiva here means Jivayati. Jivam Karoti, makes Jivas. It is not that Lord Shankarshana himself is a Jiva soul. The word Atma here means either the name or form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Supreme Personality of Godhead and His name are identical is confirmed by Lord Krishna in these words. That Atma is as said by the Lord. Shabda Brahma and Para Brahma are two of my eternal body. Therefore, the word Jiva here should be understood to mean that the creator of the Jivas. Thus, Murtananda, bliss with form, is Krishna, is the meaning of the Shastra.
So, Krishna manifests Lord Balaram,
So Krishna manifests Lord Balaram,
who is the original Sankarshan.
who is the original Shankarshana.
He manifests the Jiva.
And he manifests the Jivas.
But somehow the Mayavadis misinterpret the Sanskrit and think that Balaram is a Jiva.
Somehow the Mayavadis interprets the Sanskrit to think that Balaram is a Jiva.
Even some of the Vaishnavas misinterpret this.
Even some Vaishnavas misinterpret this.
But Sarvabhauma Jaya realized that the Lord appears as a real personality and his extensions are also absolute.
So, Sarvabhauma says the Lord appears as the original personality and his expansions are also absolute truth.
Nityananda Prabhu is actually the original Sankarshan.
So, Nityananda Prabhu is actually the original Shankarshan.
He is Lord Balaram.
He is Lord Balaram. Reference to Srimad Bhagavatam 6.16.51, these two forms of mind, namely the transcendental sound and the eternally blissful spiritual form of the deity, are my eternal forms and they are not material.
The Lord's name is not different from the Lord.
The Lord's name is not different from the Lord. Lord Chaitanya says, well done, well done. Now you should go and take darshan of Pundarikaksha, Jagannath.
Lord Chaitanya is very pleased that now Sarvabhauma Brahmacharya has realized the transcendental philosophy of Vaishnava Dharma.
So, Lord Chaitanya is pleased that now Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya has realized the transcendental philosophy of Vaishnava Dharma.
Haribol.
Haribol. Thus ends the chapter entitled The Purport of the Scriptures is properly expounded by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.